Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new channel called Zeta Ophiuchi. So I had a massive tower moment yesterday where the universe crashed my world and made it brighter and more fun. And Zeta Ophiuchi was born. I'll tell you the story one day, but for now I just want to kind of play with some cards and see what it wants to be. But first let me explain what Zeta Ophiuchi is. I'll read from my notes. So Zeta Ophiuchi is a star that sits just under the left knee of Ophiuchus. And I'll just read you some highlights from several websites, but I'm just going to read you from NASA's website. Zeta Ophiuchi is a massive, hot, bright blue star ploughing its way through a large cloud of interstellar dust and gas. Like a bullet moving 24 kilometers per second, 54,000 miles per hour, Zeta Ophiuchi is about 20 times more massive and 65,000 times more luminous than the sun. If it weren't surrounded by so much dust, it would be one of the brightest stars in the sky and appear blue to the eye. So this is where it really started to make an impression on me, and the energy really started to come home, and I felt it, and it felt true, and it's just kind of speaking to my soul. Okay. And there's a bigger story that will emerge on this journey about mapping to star systems. Okay. Like all stars with this kind of extreme mass and power, it subscribes to the live fast, die young motto. It's already halfway through its very short 8 million year lifespan. In comparison, the sun is roughly halfway through its 10 billion year lifespan. While the sun will eventually become a quiet white dwarf, Zeta Ophiuchi, like its ex-partner, will ultimately die in a massive explosion called a supernova. Speaks straight to my soul. And lastly, even more striking, however, is the bright yellow curved feature directly above Zeta Ophiuchi. So I'll post the NASA photo. But it moves so fast that what it does is it sends out like a sonic boom of dust in front of it. So it gathers dust and pushes it towards Ophiuchus. This is a magnificent example of a bow shock. In this image, the runaway star is flying from the lower right towards the upper left. As it does so, its very powerful stellar wind is pushing the gas and dust out of its way. The stellar wind extends far beyond the visible portion of the star, creating an invisible bubble all around it. And directly in front of the star's path, the wind is compressing the gas together so much that it is glowing extremely brightly in the infrared light, creating a bow shock. It's akin to the effect you might see when a boat pushes a wave in front of it as it moves through the water. Now, that metaphor alone speaks to all of the work that I do with clients. That's all of the work. The water being the emotion, the boat being the vehicle to take them through. And this feature is completely hidden in visible light. So that's the bringing of safe space to the client so they can do their work in peace. There will be more to come out. And as soon as, so what happened was I was researching Ophiuchus because I've been having a message for about 2 weeks now to either A, do more Ophiuchus readings, because there's a massive audience out there for Ophiuchus, so clearly, and as I research history, I'm not going to bring this in today, but there's a lot of history about the time that Ophiuchus got written out of the 13 sign wheel. It's now making a resurgence, and when I look at the work that's happening on the planet, that makes perfect sense. So I'm doing research into Ophiuchus, And the full constellation came up and the words Zeta Ophiuchi. I was talking to a friend on the phone at the time. I said, I think I just found my alter ego. And the more I tuned into it, the more it spoke to me. So we did the numerology on it, and it's just like, this is your blueprint. So for now, I'm playing with Zeta Ophiuchi. I don't know what she wants to be. She feels like a wild she. I don't know what she wants to be, but I'm going to go with the Black Moon astrology, because why wouldn't I? Let's just see straight off the bat what wants to come through. What wants to come through today? And a quick note about divine timing. So all of this came punching through my world yesterday, massively. And after we did the numerology on it, the perfect launch date is today. So when divine timing comes, you move and you move fast. This is where the, on my other channel, I've been talking a while about act without thinking. It's that. And what I'm seeing is divine intervention. It says it's going to come through the system, grab it and move on it. So it's got to be today. I love it when I have no choice, because I'm quite mercurial and I can get into overthinking. Yeah. I wonder what that one was. Right, let's just see what's coming through. Okay. Yes. That's hilarious. When I say I can be quite mercurial, that's the card that popped out. And we've got Mercury retrograde at the moment, so we're revisiting our darkness, our dark magic, revisiting our ancient self, revisiting ancient elements. Ooh. I'm getting something about the metal in the heart. Metal. Metal, mind in the heart. Where am I going with this? You'll see. Okay. Stop asking questions. Okay, first card out. Mars. Is Mars still in Pisces? Force. Now, that's coming through on that 5, dynamic 5. And at the bottom of the deck, we have 5th house, creativity. All right. Now, this does question. Wow. This does question reservations about moving into that masculine Mars fire force. So because we live in such a polite world, but masculine fire force can literally be grabbing inspiration and taking immediate action, using that fire element, that 5th house, creativity. Look at this 2911 too. That's the intuition that's pulling it straight down, pulling the knowledge straight down. This might be a message about the masculine. This might be a message about being unafraid of your masculine. Right, yes. It's the difference between waiting to be told what to do and taking action in the absence of attachment to outcome. Got it? This is ancient. More 5, look. Straight from the void. This is wow. This is wow. Sorry. I'm getting ancient elements again. I want to write that down. because I'm going to do some research or tuning in. It's to do with the black or the darkness or the void or the active intelligence, field of all probability, call it what you will. So over time, Ophiuchus has been conflated with Scorpio and Sagittarius. And so as an amalgam, they sit at the galactic center. Specifically in Western astrology, Sagittarius sits at the galactic center, 29 degrees of galactic center, you'd have to check that. But in this conflation, that energy, that deepest part of the wheel sits at the galactic center. And I think this is the return. I think this is the return. I don't know of what. It's old. It's ancient, ancient, ancient. I'm going to go to my shaman deck. But it's creative masculine force. That's what's coming through. Creative masculine force coming through on that Saturnian energy. Which is feeling responsible and considered rather than pausing and procrastinating. It feels very grown up. Okay, so okay, talk to me more about this, please. Yeah. Well, it doesn't get any more masculine than that, does it? Point and shoot. Not too much thinking. And this is going to tune you into the intuition. Act without thinking. That's coming in on the 3 of the divine blueprint. And this is how quickly a download can come in. Like that. So it looks like this. So when you act without thinking, the information will come in and you'll speak it straight through. There's Zeta, that's what she looks like. I hope I can hold her. Wow, the balanced heart. This is the wild, sensitive heart. It's weaving new karmic grids by truly expressing. There's no tidiness there. There's no seeking to please there. (62, 26). Listen. Listen. Shh. Listen. I'm not even going to speak into that. Listen. There he is. Wow, wow, wow. Now then, I wonder if we are talking about realignment of the masculine and feminine energies. You will never hear me speak about twinning and soul flame and whatever bollocks on this channel. This is archetypal energy. And within all of us is the feminine principle and the masculine principle. She hears and brings it in. He receives and he builds. This part of us has been disabled for so long. The masculine got hijacked. The feminine got deleted. And this is all healing, because we're doing the work. Intuition coming straight into the sacral. It's creating straight from source. Yeah, I just heard it's going to be the wild, wild west. Bring it on. Wild, wild, yeah, wow. Yeah, we're in Scorpio eclipse energy at the moment. Deep, deep water, fixed water. And in the fixed water, we're talking about ancestrally inherited emotions that have become wired into your behavior, psyche, DNA. And whether or not we move to find the magic in integrating our shadow, healing our shadow. And it's here, so it's happening, it has to be happening. In this eclipse energy, I'm certainly seeing it in the work I'm doing with clients, that deepest trauma, old trauma, Saturnian trauma is coming out. Oh. Sweat lodge. Yeah, it's over. It's not 54.9. Yeah. Sweat lodge is sitting in the discomfort and facing what we collectively call our demons. But they're just aspects of you that have been disinherited or displaced. And once you bring them home to you, you reintegrate them, uplift them, and let them be a part of your magic. The collective self is not just, there is no one expression. This is our addiction to permanence. I was happy yesterday, why can't I be happy today? Well, was nature the same yesterday? Was that tree the same yesterday? Was the weather the same yesterday? Yeah, absolutely. You know? When you sit in witness to take part in your own healing, you sit in an energy of observation that does not judge. When we judge ourselves, that's just re-displacing. That's basically saying, I can see you, but I don't want to accept you because. But when we're coming from that deep water, the deep heart of us, we can look at that with a really almost dispassionate, just accepting. I see you as you are, that kind of energy. And that's all happening. It's all coming out in the system. It's all coming out in the system. Wow. So this reading is going to birth this channel. And if I can just kind of wrap this up, what it's saying is, wow. If you're ever thinking about doing your shadow work, it's a good time. it's a good time to do it because, just because of these two. It's the resurrection of passion, but we've got to get through that. We've got to break the dam and relieve that overfull reservoir. Empty the cup, the heart, 6, the grail, empty that cup. This is the time. It's sweat lodge time. And I really want to say with this, what we witness witnesses us. There's like a symbiosis, which is coming into sharp contrast. So it's been there, but it's coming into sharper contrast. And I'll feel more into this as the videos go on, because I'm sure that's connected to the Galactic Center and what's been hidden from us. Thank you. Right, yeah, I get that. That's a message from the other day. I get that. Shall we keep this short and sweet and wrap it up? Okay, we'll languish for a moment then. We will languish for a moment. Bear with me. I tend to dot and dart around the place a little bit. Okay, languish away. Wow, Lordy, this is a lot. This is a lot. Okay, wow. All right, immediately we have emotional stability between the masculine and the feminine. This is huge. This is huge. This might be 22, 3 and 4, 2022, 23 and 24. This is these are the quantum shift years. And when we get these energies into alignment, no stopping us. No stopping us. This is the rebirth of fearlessness, fearless creation. There's a lot I could say there. And I'm noticing that my voice has changed. So you're witnessing me in infant mode on this channel. On my other channel comes flowing out, but I know I've been rebirthing since January. So I started seeing this coming, didn't imagine it was going to look like this. First eclipse was the first half of the birth, and this eclipse, it's just come exploding in. This is the quantum shift. Fearlessness. I like this energy. It makes my voice want to go very deep. Okay, so realignment, masculine and feminine. Stability. Okay. So we have North Node in Taurus, remember. Earth, stability. Now build it. Yeah, look. Activation. Purification, masculine and feminine. Trust. Oh man, I had a brilliant download yesterday, but it's coming in so fast I didn't catch it, but it was all about faith and trust. Relative to the human body at a material level. If it needs to come out, it'll come back. But this isn't like, you know, fairies and unicorns, trust. This is visceral trust in the body at a cellular level. It's a great download. It just came in so fast. Interesting. Oh. Okay, right. It came in so fast. I might guide you to just walk around the house with a pen and some paper in your back pocket for the next 6 months. It's coming in fast. It's coming in fast. But look what else has come out. So if we go masculine and feminine, both moving in the same direction. Revealing their trust fearlessly. Truth. This is the arrow. Thank you. It's just come back to me. Right. One of the last videos I made was about the sword in the stone. And I went all Templar on the 13th of May. Knights of the Round Table, Knights Templar. And Excalibur came in and Merlin came in. And I was pondering the sword in the stone. So I could see it, but I got the metaphor yesterday. And the metaphor for me is, see how this lands for you. The metaphor is, so if you imagine that as Excalibur and the sword representing the light of truth. So we're talking about pulling light in straight from the void. Active intelligence, sword, Excalibur, truth. Inviolate truth. Stone. The physical, earth, the body, corporeal existence. And Excalibur is about that light getting trapped, having gone down so deeply into matter that it's trapped, recalcitrant, rigid and fixed. The eye can only see what the mind is willing to conceive of. So you can try and pull that light out of the physical as often as you like. But if the faith and the trust in your personal truth or in the inviolate truth isn't strong enough, you'll never pull the soul, you never pull that light up and out so that you create the circuit. Only when you take the blinkers off and ponder that there might be a metaphysical world out there and there might be a quantum world out there. And what does that look like? And ask the big questions. Only when you move into that territory, like I say, the quantum years, 22, 23, and 24, can you knowingly, because you're standing in that ancient wisdom of your own truth, walk up to that sword, pull it out of the stone, release that truth. It's a beautiful metaphor, and I do thank you. I do thank. So I'm working with a whole new council of light. No doubt I'll learn who they are in time or what they are. But I'm new. I'm fully in student mode here. So what else have we got? I did shuffle these. One of these cards came out the other way. Feel in another reading. Purity. And the arrow. It's the inviolate truth. I love how that lit up then. Patience. That's why Saturn is here. It's happening. And there's a lot happening behind the scenes that we can't yet see. Thank you for that language. I liked that language. So purification, definitely as masculine and feminine are coming into alignment to play, to build straight from the sacral, passion, sexual expression, wanton creation. Free from needing to please or be polite. Love it. Love it, Scorpio. Yeah. Boom. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah. Okay, reality check. Yeah, I got to bring this on the bottom of the deck. Reality check. It's going to feel some kind of way in the body and in the mind. Just depends how flexible your mind is to something unusual, weird, strange, challenging, triggering. Might look like chaos. I know some big changing energies this week. Might look like chaos. Surrender. Okay. So, what can we surrender to? There's a stray card in here. Okay, that card does not belong in that deck. Mercury retrograde, Pluto retrograde. Don't destroy someone, please. Don't destroy. If you have to sit on it, sit on it. If you have to stew in your own juices, stew in your own juices until you've figured out the seat of that trigger. Right. Okay. Chaos. Watch your words. Surrender your need to always be right. Very often we lose our way in arguments. I asked the question recently of how do you fight? What's your relationship with fight? And very often what gets obfuscated is the truth, because what's actually happening is two or more adults are in a power struggle. There's no winners. There's just no winners in a power struggle. That's patriarchal, linear, and bigger. And right, in human terms, is subjective. We're all right and we're all wrong. Law of polarity. There are no two opposites that cannot be reconciled. So just let go. If you feel that need to be right, it's because it might be because there's something within you that wasn't heard as a child. And all of this is getting pulled up. This is the reservoir of scorpionic deep water, old trauma. Okay. So if you don't feel heard, it's because that's in your system. And that's it. That is it. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. I would love for you to subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, and help this fledgling Ophiuchi star launch. That would be epic. Yeah, I'd love your feedback. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. I'll leave you with my love. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.